Hey everybody, Keith Dotson here in the Courthouse Historic District in Carthage, Missouri. It was listed in the National Register in 1980. Also listed in the National Register are more than 500 historic homes in Carthage. Now, Carthage was founded and platted in 1842. By the time of the American Civil War in the 1860s, 500 people lived in Carthage. Carthage is located on the legendary highway Route 66, which ran from Illinois to Santa Monica, California. There was a major battle here during the American Civil War and 12 skirmishes which left the town in ruins. It didn't really start rebuilding until the 1870s. Oh, look at this. Carthage had its own ironworks foundry. As you'll see, there are also some really incredible examples of historic commercial architecture here. And also some shabby, run-down, or abandoned things as well, just to keep it spicy. I get quite a few comments on my videos from people accusing me of showing their hometowns in a bad way. Some say I ignored the beautiful parts and focused on the run-down parts, and yes, that's sometimes true. I'm interested in the grungy parts for photographic and artistic reasons. Anyways, I'm saying all this to mention that Carthage is quite nice, but luckily for me, I did find some derelict things as well. This big corner building was condemned. It's been a while since I shot this footage, and I wonder if it's still standing or if it's been torn down. I really enjoy all the faded wall signs. This was originally the Porter grocery store in the early 1900s. That was followed by Dempsey's Grocery, but the wall signs you can still see here are for the Tucker Seed House, which opened in 1907. Here are a few examples of Tucker's seed catalogs that I found online. Tucker's sold out to Cantrell Seed House in 1945, and that closed in 1985. The building served various purposes after that before becoming vacant and is now condemned. I really hope that it can be saved. I used a long extension pole to peek into the second-story windows here. As you can see, it's partially collapsed and in really bad shape. I find red brick buildings to be very difficult to process in a satisfactory way. The color of the bricks tends to muddy up the black and white conversion. The Drake Hotel opened in 1922 and included a beauty parlor, a barbershop, and a restaurant, as well as office spaces. In the 40s and 50s, rooms could be rented for less than $2 per night, and historic Route 66 ran nearby. The Drake closed in 1970 and served other functions until its renovation in 2006, and now it's an apartment building. A woman named Myra May Belle Shirley was born in Carthage on February 5, 1848. Myra Shirley received a classical education including piano lessons, and she graduated from a private school called Carthage Female Academy. She picked up the infamous nickname Belle Starr later after moving out west. After the war, she moved her family to Texas, where her husband took up criminal activities, which she later continued after his death. Then she lived in Indian Territory in Oklahoma, where she allegedly sold stolen goods, harbored fugitives, and bribed legal authorities. She was also thought to be associated with the notorious Jesse James Cole Younger gang. Eventually convicted for her crimes, she served time in prison in Detroit, Michigan. She was later killed by several gunshots in Oklahoma, a crime that remains unsolved to this day, although there were quite a few rumored scenarios that were never proven. She was made famous posthumously by dime store novels. Here's a great mural that shows some famous people that came from Carthage who aren't Belle Starr. One of them is zoologist Marlin Perkins, who those of you of a certain age like myself may recall from the TV show Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. He hosted that show from 1963 until 1985, and his remains are buried in Carthage. All right, how are you? While I was shooting this big ghost sign wall ad, the owner of the ag supply company introduced himself and talked to me at some length about drones. He said that he's been a drone hobbyist but was looking into a very expensive rig for use as a service to local farmers.
Do you live around here?
No, I live in Nashville.
Oh, you're just visiting?
Yeah. Then he invited me into his store to see some old signs and various other things. Isn't that something? What's the name of your store?
Midwest Ag Supply. What I've got left in here is a couple older deals that he had back here.
Oh, yeah.
He had both these walls full of old tools.
Then he showed me some figurines by a famous local artist, Lowell Davis, who established Red Oak 2, which I featured in a separate video a while back. I'll put a link to that video in the description. I enjoyed meeting Garrel and checking out his store. People in the American heartland are really nice. And I really enjoyed visiting Carthage. I hope you did too. Thanks for watching. Be sure to visit my website at keithdotson.com.